Hi, welcome to Sun and Moon Yoga Studios YouTube channel. I'm Carol Stehl, and today's practice is all about pretzel-free twisting. So the truth about twisting is that you don't have to turn your body into a pretzel to get the benefits of a twist. So the theory about twists is they cleanse the body. They help to rinse the body and vital organs of toxins by using what the legendary yoga master teacher BKS Iyengar called a squeeze and soak action. Iyengar taught that in the twist, there's a wringing action that removes stale blood from the organs and allows freshly oxygenated blood to flow in. Twists also help to restore your spine's natural range of motion, keeping the disc nice and plump and healthy. They also stimulate circulation and promote good posture, not to mention the structural benefits to the musculoskeletal system. So we're going to use the breath to get into and out of our twists. Our breathing pattern is crucial to healthy twisting. The breathing pattern creates more of an opening so that the twists are more spacious. And the breathing pattern we practice on the mat will also be useful off the mat in developing the habit of breathing more expansively, even under challenging circumstances. And we've all had quite a few of those lately. I'm sure you'll all agree. So we'll go ahead and get started on a reclined position on our backs with the legs extended out. So go ahead and find a nice comfortable position on your back. Legs extended out nice and long. Just rest your hands on your belly. And let's just take a few grounding, centering breaths. Okay, so just relaxing the body against the ground. Just release all your body's weight. And take a big breath in, feeling the belly rise underneath your hands, and then release it out through your mouth if you'd like. And again, together, another full breath in. And release it out. Another breath in. And take 3 more breaths like that, just relaxing the body. Feeling the body grounding against the floor. And you becoming more focused and centered. Then you can release your hands down and just start to roll your head from one side to the other side. So roll your head left and right, warming up the cervical spine. And don't push your head any farther than it doesn't want to go. So just let it stop where it wants to stop. And one more time, each side. And then coming back to center. Okay, so now let's extend the arms out. You can bring your arms into cactus or straight out to the sides. And then bend the knees and bring them into the chest so that you're basically resting your calves on an imaginary chair, so like a 90-degree angle. And so tone the belly slightly, just a little bit, and take the legs a little bit, a couple inches to the right and a couple inches to the left. So just going a little bit, rocking side to side. Warming up the thoracic spine. Also a little bit of core work here. And you can make your movements a little bigger and bigger as you like, as you feel called. And if you want more of a challenge, you can extend the legs out. All the way out. Less of a challenge would be legs on the chair, and even less would be knees bent in even further. So you decide what's right for you. So going over further and further as your body allows, and then perhaps coming all the way over to the right side. Just release the legs down. You can hold them up if you want a little more core work, or you can release them down on a blanket block or onto the floor and roll your head to the opposite side. Head rolls left. 3 big breaths here. And then let's bring the legs back up. Head comes back to center. And then we're going to rock a couple of times again from side to side. And let the rocks get a little wider, until you bring the legs all the way over to the left into a twist. Head rolls right. And one more big breath in here. Tone the belly slightly and bring the legs up. Place the feet on the ground. So now let's think about, we're gonna do some pelvic rocks now. So let's flatten the back towards the ground. Feel your pelvis rocking back towards your chest. Okay? And now rock the pelvis away from the floor, arching the back. And then exhaling, flattening the back. Inhaling, arching the back. Now let's add your head action here, so that as you arch the back away from the floor, you bring the chin down towards the chest. And then flatten the back towards the floor, chin draws away from the chest. Going back and forth with adding the head motion. You may find that the head kind of naturally wants to do this. So moving with the breath, inhaling as the back arches away, exhaling as the back flattens towards the floor. Couple more times. And then coming back to center. Okay, let's extend the legs out nice and long. Stretch the arms behind you, reach behind you. Point the toes, flex the feet. Point and flex, point and flex. One more time, point and flex. Good. Now take a full breath in here. Really reach again one more time. And then as you exhale, let's bring the right knee into the chest. So we're going to do a little flow here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the knee out to the right, out to the side with the right hand. And then we're going to roll the head to the left. Then bring it back to center. Head comes back to center. Change hands. Cross the knee over the body. Head rolls to the opposite side. So just going back and forth with the head and the knee going in the opposite direction. You can use your hand, each hand as a guide to take you back and forth. And even better would be to coordinate this movement with your breathing so that you exhale as you cross the knee over across the chest, and you inhale as you open the knee out to the side. Moving with the breath. Let's take a couple more rounds. And then the next time you come across the chest, come all the way across and come a little further over into a twist. Head rolling to the opposite side. So knee is left, head is right. And breathe 3 big breaths here, in and out. And then let's come all the way back up. Extend the leg up in the air, flex the foot, and then release it all the way down. Arms come back overhead, reach, Point the toes, point the fingertips, reach, 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 make your body even longer. Big breath in here. And as you exhale, bring the left knee into the chest. And then we'll do the same thing. So on your next inhale, take the knee out to the side, arm comes back to the floor, head rolls to the side, opposite side. And as you exhale, take the knee across the chest, just going a little ways across the chest. Just go back and forth, rolling the head, opening the hip, closing. And let's take a couple more rounds here. And then the next time you bring the knee across the chest, bring it over maybe a little further, coming into the twist. Roll the head to the opposite side. 3 big breaths here. On your next inhale, let's come onto the back. Extend the leg up in the air, flex the foot, release it all the way down. Okay, so now let's bend the knees and roll over and press ourselves up and come into tabletop position on your hands and knees. And then we're going to just draw the navel up to the spine slightly, just a little bit of tone in the core, just so that the belly doesn't sag, okay? And so think about lengthening all through the spine from head to tailbone as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, walk the hands around to one side. Walk them all the way around to the side. Look over that shoulder, look at the wall behind you, and breathe into the opposite side. The side that's being opened up. Open it up even further with your breath. Big breaths in and out. And one more full breath in here. And then on your exhalation, walk the hands back around. And then keep walking all the way over to the other side. Looking over the shoulder behind you again. And breathing into the stretched side. Big breaths. Use your breath to open up your body. And then walking your hands back to center. And so now let's set up for downward facing dog. So spread the fingers really wide apart. Open wide across the collarbones, creating more space here. Curl the toes under, lift the hips up and push them back. Push them way back. Keep the knees slightly bent. And then let's walk the feet in just a little bit. We're making a shorter stance here. And separate the feet wide apart. Keep the knees slightly bent, if not a lot. And then we're going to reach, take one hand and reach for the opposite leg. So you can reach for the calf or the ankle, whatever works, and push into that standing hand, pushing your hips back. And then look under that armpit. Look up at the ceiling, coming into the twist. And then on your next exhale, come back to downward dog. And then let's take the other side. So bending the knees, reach for the opposite ankle, look underneath armpits. You can start to straighten the knees if you'd like. And one more breath in and out here. Bring the hand back to the mat. Walk the feet together, walk them back. And take one more downward dog. Stretch, pushing the hips way back. Knees can stay bent. And then looking forward, let's walk the feet all the way up to the front. And then take the arms out with a nice level back, come all the way up. And then release the arms down, back down by the sides. Okay, so now let's separate the feet wide apart on the mat. And then we're going to let's turn the right foot towards the short edge of the mat and then turn the back foot at an angle. Okay, so we're in a pretty wide stance here. Ground down through the feet. Get really grounded through the 3 points of the front foot. Big toe mound, little toe mound, and the heel. Same on the back foot so that you got equal weight on those 6 points. Now let's bend the front knee so that you bend the knee over the heel. Push more weight into the back of the foot so that it's equal with the front foot. Okay? And so now we're going to have a block handy. Hopefully you have your block, okay? Bring it right by your heel, and then take your left hand and place it on the waist. Okay, so one hand on the block, one hand on the waist. So now we're going to use the breath here to roll in and out of our twists. Okay, so breathing in, lengthen the spine, lengthen both sides of the torso. As you breathe out, we're going to rotate the torso up towards the ceiling. So now, turn it back, down towards the mat. Elongate as you breathe in. As you breathe out, rotate. Turn back down towards the mat. Elongate as you breathe in. Both sides of the waist, lengthening. Exhale as you rotate. Now let's hold here in the twist, and then begin to straighten the front leg, moving towards our triangle pose. Now think about lengthening along both sides of the torso. Get really long. Maybe rotate a little bit more, and then taking the top arm up if you'd like, and then decide what head placement works for you. So you can look straight ahead, look down at your big toe, or all the way up at your hand. Lengthen, continue to lengthen the spine and keep opening the torso. Big breath in here. And then exhale, bring the hand back to the waist. We're going to rotate the torso down towards the mat. Now here, we're going to bend the back knee and the front knee and just take a hop up, shortening your stance, okay? Now straighten both legs as far as they're willing to straighten. And then move your block on the other side of your foot, okay? And now let's change hands. So the opposite hand on the block. So the left hand is now on the block. The right hand is on the other way, on the waist. Okay, so the hand on the waist, slide it down to the hip crease and use that hand to draw that hip back. So the right hip is drawing back, the left hip is drawing forward. Okay? So keep using that action to help lengthen and elongate the spine. So from here, you can keep the block where it is. We're going into revolved triangle. So if you want a deeper, you'd like a deeper revolved triangle, you can take your block on the outside of the foot. So press into all 6 points of the feet equally. And then elongate as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, let's rotate. Rotate up towards the ceiling. Inhale, come back, look down at the floor, elongate. Exhale and rotate. And again, inhale and elongate. Exhale, rotate. Now from here, if you'd like, you can keep your hand on your waist, or you can take your hand up to the ceiling. And breathe here. Decide where you want your head, straight ahead, looking up or looking down. And one more breath. On an exhale, float the hand back down to the waist and rotate the rib cage. And let's bend the front knee and release that block. And let's step back into downward facing dog. It can be a resting pose, it can be a child's pose, as opposed to downward dog. And then looking forward, let's walk the feet back up. Hands on the hips, level back, come all the way up. Arms come out and up. And then back to center. So separating the feet wide apart again. Other side. So have your block handy. I apologize for not reminding you to have it close by that on the other side. Okay, so feet, all right, so let's turn the left foot towards the short edge of the mat. The back foot turns in at an angle, okay? And so nice wide stance here, get really grounded through both feet first. First and foremost, always get grounded in your foundation. And then knee over the heel, push into the back foot. Nice and grounded here. So reach for your block. The block starts on this pose is on the outside of the heel. Then hand on the waist. Now looking down at your big toe. Inhale as you elongate through both sides of the waist. Exhale as you rotate. Inhale, get longer, find more space. Exhale, rotate. One more time. Coming into the rotation, begin to straighten the front leg. And then keep rotating the rib cage wide open. And then if you'd like, you can extend your arm up. Think about lengthening along the bottom side of the torso as well as the top. The tendency is to extend this side, but this side gets crunched. So you want to keep both sides nice and long. And then decide where you want your hip. Straight ahead or up or down. Reaching up, pressing into the block, pressing into the feet. One more breath here. And on an exhale, float the hand back to the waist. And then start rotating the torso as you bend both knees and shorten your stance. Okay? Bring the back foot up a little bit. And then move the block on the other side of the foot and change hands. Okay, so now your right hand is on the block. The left hand is on your hip crease, drawing that hip back. The front hip is drawing back, 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 creating more space. So again, you can have your block on the outside of your foot, on the inside or the outside if you want a deeper revolve triangle twist, okay? Your choice. We keep drawing that left hip back. And then inhale, elongate. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, elongate. Exhale, rotate. And one more time, get really long. Let the breath create more space in there. Then rotate, coming into your revolve triangle. Lift that top shoulder. Turn the torso. And we're turning from the waist, not from the hips. So keep the hips down and grounded. And then if you'd like, you can take your top arm up. And then decide where you want your head. And breathe here. And one more breath. And on an exhale, float the top hand down. Rotate the rib cage towards the mat. Bend the front knee. And then let's just come all the way up to standing. Okay, so standing. And let's bring the feet, let's have your blocks close by the feet. All right. Bring the feet fairly close together for chair pose. So if you know you like chair with your feet all the way together, you can do that. I like to separate my feet a little bit. Okay, but first we're going to take the arms up and reach way up. And then crescent moon over to one side. Keep your weight distributed equally on the feet. Inhale up and exhale over to the other side. And go back and forth a couple more times. Move with the breath. And then coming all the way back up. And then bring the hands together, the palms together in front of the heart. And then let's bend the knees. Bend the knees, and we're grounding down into the feet, distributing the weight equally on all those 6 points. So check to see that your weight is not lifting to the front of your feet. Maybe get a little deeper. So the thighs, you want the thighs to be parallel. You don't want your knees knocking in, okay? And so from here, we're going to turn into a twist. This twist to the right. Twist, twist, twist. And bring your left hand down to the block. Left hand down to the block and take the right hand up to the ceiling. Inhale and lengthen the spine. Exhale, turn maybe a little further into the twist. So you can keep your hand on the block, or you can bring your hands together in prayer and hook your left elbow on the outside of the right thigh and press into the hands to come a little deeper in the twist. And check your knees. You don't want your one knee lifting in front of the other. The left knee might want to lead the right knee. This will help to keep your hips stable because we're twisting from the waist up. And one more breath here. And then come back to center in your chair. Inhale all the way up. Baby back bend. And exhale, hands together back in front of the heart. Okay, inhale, arms up. Hands in prayer, in front, bending the knees. Inhale, elongate. Exhale, let's twist to the left. Twisting to the left and bringing the right hand to the block and the other hand up. Lengthen the spine as you breathe in, both sides. As you breathe out, maybe coming deeper into the twist. And again, you can bring your hands together in front of your heart for prayer or a deeper chair. Totally optional. Keep your hands on the blocks. Now check the right knee. Make sure it's not jumping in front of the left. Draw it back and breathe. Breathe in as you lengthen. As you breathe out, maybe coming into the twist a little deeper. And one more breath here. And then let's rotate back to center. Take the arms all the way up. Baby back in. And then exhale. Let's come all the way down into a fold. You can bend the knees if you'd like. Just let the head dangle. And now let's take the arms out and with a level back, come all the way up. Hands back together in prayer. And now let's separate the feet a little wider apart and turn the toes out. We're coming into a squat, malasana. So the wider you separate your feet, and the more you turn your toes out, the more space you have to squat. Okay, so then lengthen up. As you breathe in, as you breathe out, take the knees, slide them over the heels, over the feet, and coming down as far as your legs will let you come. And you can press your elbows against your thighs to get a little more stretch in the hips. So lengthen up through the spine as you release the tailbone down towards the ground. Always looking for more space in the spine. And one more big breath in and out here. And then release the hands down. Bring them behind. And release your bum on the floor. And let's turn the knees out to one side. The feet are facing the other. Okay? So you've got your hand standing behind your hips. And the opposite arm is right in front of you. So the feet are clearing the thighs, but maybe even touching the thighs, okay? So arm comes all the way out, the other free arm. And then slide that arm across and push into your standing hand and lift the hips up and bring the arm up. Breathe in. And then exhale, reverse the direction of the arm coming down. Inhale, arm comes across and up. Lift the hips and release back down. One more time. And then bring the hands back down so that the hands, there's one hand on each side of the knee. And walk your hands forward, folding over that front knee. Releasing the head down on a blanket or a block or the floor. Rest it on something. You can slide the back leg back a little further if you like. Totally optional. And then slowly, gently walk your hands back up. Reach for your back leg and slide it forward. Bring the knees up. And let's take the other side. So knees in the opposite direction. One foot in front of the back thigh. Okay? So the side you're leaning to, place your hand down behind that hip. Take the opposite arm out to the side. And then swing it across gently. Lift the hips up, pressing into that standing hand. Bring the arm up. Exhale, back and around. Inhale, lift, open. Exhale, release. One more time. And then one hand on each side of the knee. Walk your hands forward. Release into the fold. Rest your head on something. And just let go. Two more big breaths here. And then gently walk your hands back up. And then we'll close our practice in a seated position. If you prefer to take Shavasana, please feel free to do that instead. So just coming to a comfortable seat, sitting up nice and tall, feeling your sit bones grounded against the floor, feeling your connection to the earth through those sit bones. And then from there, let your awareness float from the tailbone all the way up the spine, creating more space as your awareness rises up all the way up to the crown of the head and softening the scalp. And just feeling your connection to the heavens from the crown of the head. And relax. And then bringing the hands together in front of the heart and bowing to that light shining in your heart. So if you face any challenges today, Simply inhale and create space in the body, in the mind, and in the heart. And then exhale and relax into your expanded view. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today.